Hello viewers, and welcome to the maiden edition of the program YCMC Sports. This is a program where we'll be bringing you a lot of sports stories from the local scene, internationally. You know how we do it on YCMC Media. We'll bring you from the local scene, the national scene, and even international. We'll give you more sporting updates, sporting gist, transfer talk, and so much more. All of this will be happening throughout the course of this week. As the season is starting, we'll be bringing you more of this, and we'll be keeping you abreast in the know of most of the sporting informations that you're supposed to know. But before we continue, let's take this short break. Welcome back from that break. I know you are there, you're listening, you are waiting for the program to get started. Well, in case you don't know my name, and if you know my name is Enoch Kolajide, and I will be the one as your guide, as your tour guide for this show. I will be propelling you from the beginning up until the end. Well, we have a lot to talk about. You know, there's a lot of footballing highlights, there's a lot of sporting highlights we can dissect. There's a lot of things that is happening in the local and the global scene of football that we can talk about. But before we start that, let's go a little bit abroad and talk about the things happening internationally, especially in transfer window. There's a lot of news going on in transfer news. A lot of big clubs, even the lesser clubs, they've signed a lot of players, and they've not stopped there. A lot of managers in the English Premier League, even in La Liga, were asked, are they okay with their squad? They are saying no, they still need one or two additions. Well, let's give you a gist on some of those players. One of the players that is on fire now, or that has caused a transfer stir in the market, is Alexander Isak. Nobody expected Isak to be in this position 3 months ago, even 4 months ago, because Newcastle had just won a cup, and everybody were like, oh, Isak will stay because they have won a cup and they have money, and they will go further to spend it and become a better team. But it is not the case, because now Isak wants to go to Liverpool. He says he will not play for Newcastle again, and there's nothing the Newcastle owners can do, because even if they offer him a contract, he might not collect it. He just wants to play for a bigger club. With all due respect to Newcastle, Isak would not want to say he grew up admiring to play for Newcastle. As a kid, everybody wants to play for, the big clubs, the likes of Arsenal, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Manchester United. Away from Liverpool, there's also transfer stories circulating in the media that Jadon Sancho is about to move to Roma. Roma have submitted a 20 million total package bid to Manchester United for Jadon Sancho. Manchester United don't want him, so I'm not surprised that the price is that low, but it is what it is. Manchester United say they don't want him, and Roma have seen the opportunity to bid a fee that low. Does Sancho deserve to leave for that amount? A question I cannot answer. Well, it is what it is at the end of the day. Jadon Sancho might move to Roma, and another of his teammates, or former teammates, that is on the move, Rasmus Højlund, is still in talks with AC Milan, although the chances of him joining AC Milan are still not that high, but we expect him to join a club, because with the signing of Sesko, you do not expect Rasmus Højlund to play as frequent as he used to play. Anyways, that's a wrap on the transfer scene. After this short break, we'll talk more on other sporting stories. PSG faced Tottenham Hotspur in UEFA Super Cup, a big game that many of us expected to be entertaining, and for sure it was entertaining. The first half, PSG struggled because Tottenham were they played very well under Thomas Frank, and in set pieces they were brilliant. They came against PSG, and you could tell there was a different feel to the Tottenham side. The way they were attacking, defending, everything just seemed a lot better than when Ange Postecoglou was their coach. But the PSG side, after their quarter-final or semi-final victory in the Club World Cup, they seem to have grown tired. They seem to have gotten tired. And all what they do, you can notice there's a bit of fatigue. And they are not playing as well as they used to play. And you can understand, because this same PSG, they went all the way to the final of the Champions League. They won all the cups in France. And they also went all the way, some of their players went all the way in the Nations League. The likes of Fabian Ruiz, Nuno Mendes, Vitinha, they played the Nations League. And 10 days or so, they were in the Club World Cup. They played the entire tournament, losing in the final. After that, 15 days or 10 days later, they are playing the Super Cup final. So you can expect them to be tired, and the way they played. So it was when, in my opinion, I feel like it was when Tottenham also became tired that PSG could not assert their dominance and match them for their fitness. But when the game was fitness to fitness, Tottenham were more fitter, and they've had a preseason which PSG have not had. PSG have been playing right from August last year, and up to this point they've been playing games. So you can understand the way the game was. But it was a fantastic performance from the Parisians, and you expected Tottenham to win that game after going 2-0 up. But at the end of the day, you know the history of Tottenham with trophies, and they ended up bottling that. I don't want to say bottle, but they ended up losing the UEFA Super Cup. Many people thought they would have won their second trophy yesterday, but it is what it is at the end of the day. And PSG now will have to will celebrate their fifth trophy in a year. Fantastic performance from them, and we wish them all the best in the next couple of seasons, because their season is starting in a couple weeks of time, so they don't have that number of days or weeks to even rest. All the best to them, and Luis Enrique, who has been a fantastic manager for this side. And away from that, and there's a lot of games that will be happening this weekend in the Premier League, La Liga. Some of these leagues are coming back in full throttle, and we expect fireworks. In the Premier League, the first game we'll be seeing is, Liverpool versus Bournemouth. Liverpool versus AFC Bournemouth. The surprise team of last year versus the champions of England. It will be a very tough game, I guarantee you, because Liverpool are coming off the defeat to Crystal Palace in the Community Shield, and they will want to bounce back with a befitting, farewell for Diego Jota to coupled amongst that, and all of these things. Liverpool will be looking to, they want to start the season with a win, and they want to be all positive. They won't want to start the league on a bad run. They won't want to even drop any point. The title race this season will be a competitive one. So dropping a point to Bournemouth, it is a non-negotiable thing. And away from Friday's game, we have a lot of fixtures that will be happening on Saturday. And some of the games we'll be seeing on Saturday include, Aston Villa will be playing Newcastle, a very tough game. Brighton will face Fulham. Sunderland will face West Ham. Tottenham will face Burnley, and Wolves will be hosting Manchester City in a very tough game. So most of these games will be happening on Saturday to give you a proper Saturday for a while now. It's been 2-3 months since we had a proper Saturday of football. The Premier League is back. And not only the Premier League, we also have other leagues that will be giving us a very good rich brand of football. And it's not only the Premier League. The Spanish La Liga is also back. We'll be seeing teams like Barcelona face Mallorca. That is a very good game, and Mallorca are not a pushover in the La Liga. Barcelona will also want to start off the season with a win. Aside that, we'll also be seeing Alaves face Levante. Real Sociedad also will be facing Valencia. All these games will be very tough game, and every team will want to get off to a very winning start. But at the end of the day, the whistle at full time will only tell us the right result. Anyways, away from all the football predictions, the new season, every other thing that is happening in gearing up for the new season, we also have a lot of things to talk about in the local scene, particularly in Kaduna, as our very own Young Stars FC that is based in television are doing Kaduna proud in the tournament Ramat Cup International taking place at Nasarawa, Lafia. The race for the glory at the ongoing Ramat Cup International in Lafia, Nasarawa State has narrowed down to 4 teams. As I said earlier, the Nigerian and the Kaduna State-based team are doing us proud, and they've made it to the semi-final. Kwara booked their semi-final ticket after surviving a tense penalty shootout against Gombe, with the match ending 2-2 in regulation time before the Harmony boys triumphed 6-5 from the penalties shootout. And again, another game we saw is Benue edging past host Nasarawa 1-0, while Kaduna absolutely demolished Bauchi 5-0, and a very good clean sheet to go with in a commanding display. In the final game of the quarterfinals, we saw Enugu outclassing Ondo 3-0 in the last game of the quarterfinals, which just took place a couple of hours ago, and that was a good one for them. So the fixtures we'll be seeing is Kwara, who defeated Gombe in the penalty shootout, facing Kaduna, and as I highlighted earlier, Young Stars FC of television are the ones representing Kaduna. So the first semi-final game will be between Kwara and Kaduna, while the second semi-final game will be between Benue and Enugu, while Benue will take on Enugu 9:15 a.m. Meanwhile, the final will be taking place on Saturday, where we'll be seeing, hopefully, the Kaduna State team facing one of either the Enugu team or the Benue team. All the best for the Young Stars FC. We hope they make us proud and they do perform well. And after this break, we'll be talking more about another sport. You know, we've talked about football a lot, but after this break, we'll be talking about another sport. Well, that will be a wrap on today's edition of YCMC Sports. I hope you enjoy it, because we'll be coming with more hot stories, more hot topics to talk about, and I'll see you next time. And before I go, do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, Facebook, TikTok at YCMC News. Do not forget to give this show a like, subscribe, and continue to watch more of our content. We'll be coming out with a lot of things to discuss. I am Enoch Kolajide, and I'm saying goodbye until next time.